Well, I hope you can see me behind this enormous turkey. This is our Christmas contribution. Now, I know that 90% of people shy away from the thought of cooking a turkey. But honestly, when you've tried this method, there will not be greasy foams in the kitchen. The whole house won't smell of turkey. And you can do it and leave it and come back 6, 7, 8 hours later and it'll just be perfect. You get turkeys in different sizes, from about 3.5 right up to 7 or 8. This one is about 7 kilos. Now, all I've done is to cut off the very end little wing tips. I see this bird has already had the preen gland cut out, which makes it easier for us. If there's an excessive amount of fat in the inside cavity, then you can cut that off. And it is nice if you manage to get a turkey with a nice big neck flap, because then you can put a little bit of stuffing in on this side as well. Now, a turkey, I think, is only as good as its stuffing. Now, let me show you what we think is the best one. For the stuffing, we have gone a little bit the alternative route because we wanted to have really good taste, robust taste. So we've used some chorizo sausage. You can use mushroom in place of the chorizo. We've chopped some almonds. We're using some pecorino cheese and some finely sliced Malatya apricots. And that we're going to combine with the stuffing mix. Ask the deli to slice the chorizo really paper thin for you. And then you just pile them on top of each other and we'll slice them into 3 or 4 strips. Now we've cut up the chorizo and we've warmed the pan. You know, it's always a good idea to warm your pan before you add the oil to it. And we need 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And the chorizo goes in there. And now we're just going to stir fry it briefly, just to develop the flavor. Now you can see the chorizo has just begin to curl up a little bit. The smell is absolutely delicious. Now obviously this stuffing would also be very suitable for a chicken, in which case you just cut the stuffing in half. Now we're going to use for a turkey 2 packets of our stuffing mix. And I've just taken it out to make it a bit easier. So the stuffing mixture, together with the herbs that are in the stuffing, you can see the herbs are sitting here, go in there. And now we agitate this lot together to get the oil to actually penetrate into the breadcrumbs. That will give us beautiful long flavor. There we are. And at the same time we're toasting those breadcrumbs a little bit. Then we add the nuts. We add these delicious little apricots. Each one was cut into about 4 strips. And the Turkish Malatya ones are very sweet. Then we put in the pecorino cheese, or you could use Parmesan, which is a bit more expensive obviously. And we add 2 cups of warm water. Now we switch off the heat and we're going to leave this lovely stuffing mix to sit so that the breadcrumbs can just swell up. Fine. Now the inside cavity of the bird, we can I'm just going to open this up a bit, season a bit. That's fine. Then this divine stuffing, let's get spooned in there. This turkey is now thoroughly stuffed. But you will invariably find that they've trimmed the skin so low. So I've kept a little bit of the neck flap, and we're just going to put a bikini on here to hide some of the stuffing so that it'll come. And then the next step is to truss this bird. I took about 2 meters of string, and the parson's nose, which is at the bottom here, just get the middle of the string and tie it around the parson's nose. Just tie it properly. For this heavy duty job, it's better to do that. Then the next thing you do is you cross the legs over as much as you can. Now the next thing we tie those drumsticks tightly together. Okay, now once you've done that lot, then you bring the skin up on the sides and let the skin lie loose, the string lie loose. So now you take the string and you cross it over the back. Just cross it over. Oh yes, let's catch that piece of, cross it over and tie it. That's now the purpose of doing this. You can also put skewers through the bird and tie around the skewers if that is easier. But the purpose is so that the bird will cook at an even rate. Now we're going to powder this lady with a mixture of the white sauce powder and the chicken spice. Now this will give you nice crisp skin. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who've been looking at this little red dot there, that is just an instant read thermometer that some of the manufacturers put into the bird. Don't worry too much about that, but it's an indication when the bird is done. Now we need to put some olive oil over. Believe me, this is the only part of the operation that's a bit messy. Now we need to wrap this lady up into a paper blanket so that all the juice will be kept in. To wrap this bird up, you need baking paper. Don't use greaseproof paper, it's inclined to stick. And you make a double fold and staple 3 sheets of baking paper together so that you have a really big blanket. Take the paper and fold it with a double fold. And take wooden washing pegs. Now we've got a cooked one in the oven, and we just want to show you what it looks like 7 hours later when it comes out of the oven, cooked at 100 degrees. Now just say a prayer that this bird should look like it's supposed to look. It won't be brown to its full capacity yet, because we are going to give it a lovely golden baste. Now here's our turkey ready for the table, but we just want to give it the final coat of makeup. So use some of our sticky basting sauce. Give it a good coating. Brush that. Oh, it smells good. We can put it in the oven. Now, obviously, we turn the oven heat up 200, even to 220 if you're in a hurry. And you must just watch it, just until you've got that perfect golden brown color. Well, there you are. You can see this magnificent color. Now, obviously, we need to get rid of the string. So you've got the gravy, you've got the stuffing, you've got this beautiful sweet and sour cherry and cranberry sauce. You've got brown meat with crispiness and white meat with softness. Now what more can you ask?